Welcome to this cinematic experimental explainer. I'm Dr. Chem, and today we're going on a deeply scientific journey. We're traveling from sun-drenched organic tomato fields all the way down to the microscopic peaks of analytical chemistry. Our mission? To discover exactly how researchers and scientists quantify the vital nutrients hiding inside our food. Let's dive right in. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the antioxidant powerhouse, move into the extraction challenge, explore the gold standard, which is HPLC, check out some alternatives like UV-Vis and OWA, and finally, look at what the data actually reveals.
All right, Section 1, the antioxidant powerhouse.
Have you ever wondered why researchers and agricultural scientists care so deeply about the specific hue of a ripening tomato? I mean, it's definitely not just about making a visually appealing salad. That deep red color is actually a massive biological indicator of nutritional density, and quantifying it precisely is absolutely critical to understanding food quality.
That red color comes from lycopene, and lycopene is an absolute powerhouse of a molecule. It's a polyenic chromophore boasting 11 double bonds. In simple terms, its unique structure acts kind of like a microscopic sponge, making it the most effective carotenoid at soaking up and neutralizing harmful singlet oxygen in our bodies. It essentially acts as a highly potent antioxidant, protecting us against chronic diseases. But here's the catch. Measuring exactly how much of it is actually in our food is surprisingly complicated.
Which brings us to Section 2. The extraction challenge.
To measure lycopene, we first have to overcome what I like to call the biological haystack. Before we even power on an analytical machine, we have to deal with the fact that lycopene is tightly locked away. It's partially crystallized, it's strongly bound to proteins, and it's physically trapped inside chloroplast structures within the plant cells. Getting it out without destroying it is, well, it's basically a highly delicate chemical heist. To pull off this microscopic heist, researchers use a really meticulous multi-step protocol. Step 1 is dehydration and chopping. Carefully drying the sample, often in a cabinet dryer or through lyophilization, to strip out the water. Step 2 involves unleashing targeted chemical solvents to break those cellular locks and isolate the carotenoids. And then Step 3 is solid phase extraction, or SPE, where we filter the extract through silica columns to strip out interfering lipids and nonpolar compounds. Now, choosing the right solvent for that second step, it is absolutely make or break. Chemists have to pick their weapons very carefully. A chloroform and methanol mixture yields the highest absolute extraction of lycopene at room temperature, but hexane and acetone are frequently used because they pair perfectly with that SPE filtration we just talked about. Alternatively, a heavy-duty mix of THF, tetrahydrofuran, and methanol is your go-to for breaking down really tough, spray-dried tomato powders. Every single choice impacts the final data.
All right, on to Section 3, the gold standard. HPLC.
Enter HPLC, or High Performance Liquid Chromatography. You can think of HPLC as the ultimate sorting machine. Instead of just looking at a messy soup of plant molecules, HPLC physically separates the lycopene from the rest of the complex sample matrix. It literally lines up all the molecules so they pass through a UV-Vis detector one by one. This lets us identify and measure the lycopene without any other compounds confusing our results. But setting up this machinery isn't just plug and play. It requires rigorous validation. You have to follow a strict workflow, proving specificity, linearity, accuracy, and precision. You need to establish the limit of detection and rigorously test robustness. This whole process guarantees that the hardware is specifically identifying nothing but our target compound. And this data brilliantly illustrates why HPLC holds that gold standard title. When you compare HPLC UV to standard UV-Vis spectrometry, HPLC boasts an incredibly low limit of detection. We're talking down to 0.085 micrograms per gram in some matrices. Plus, its precision is incredibly tight, with variance hovering around just 0.7 to 1%. For complex biological matrices like multivitamin supplements or raw plant extracts, that physical separation makes HPLC virtually unbeatable. Next up, Section 4, Alternatives. UV-Vis and OW. So, as we just saw, HPLC offers unmatched specificity thanks to that physical separation. But let's be honest, it's expensive, requires massive solvent preparation, and it takes a lot of time. Standard UV-Vis spectrophotometry is a fantastic, cost-effective alternative. If you've got a very simple, well-characterized sample where you aren't worried about interfering molecules, UV-Vis can give you quick, reliable answers without all the heavy machinery.
But what's even more exciting is a newly proposed technique called the optothermal window, or the OW method. This is a direct photothermal analytical method. It actually measures lycopene in completely opaque samples, like thick tomato paste, without any prior extraction steps whatsoever. That means it completely bypasses that messy solvent extraction heist we discussed earlier.
The sheer efficiency of the OW method is honestly revolutionary. By beaming light directly onto opaque tomato pastes, OW gives researchers highly precise data in under 20 seconds. Since there's zero sample treatment required, it totally eliminates the risk of losing lycopene to oxidation or isomerization during those lengthy solvent extractions. And with an intrinsic precision of better than 0.2%, it correlates beautifully with HPLC data. It's literally revolutionizing how fast we can test food quality.
Finally, Section 5, what the data reveals. So what actually happens when researchers use these validated methods to analyze organically grown tomatoes compared to conventional ones? Well, the data is striking. They found a massive lycopene content of 72 milligrams per kilogram in the organic samples. This was significantly higher than the conventional control, proving with hard, quantifiable data that specific organic cultivation practices can drastically boost the nutritional quality of the fruit.
The data also shows us that processing matters immensely. The way we handle a tomato after harvesting completely changes its nutritional profile. While fresh tomatoes sit at about 4.13 milligrams of lycopene per 100 grams, freeze-drying or lyophilizing concentrates that payload to over 14 milligrams per 100 grams. This far outperforms standard fresh or heat-dried variants, and it gives us huge clues on how to create highly nutritious food powders. Furthermore, we can use these exact tools to analyze genetics. When scientists tested new high-pigment tomato cultivars against an ordinary commercial variety, like the Donald cultivar, the results were incredible. The high-pigment variations actually produce between 1.68 to 3.7 times as much lycopene during ripening. By measuring this accurately, plant breeders know exactly which strains to cultivate for maximum human health benefits.
And that brings us to a final thought for today. By turning invisible, microscopic molecules into highly precise, measurable data, these chemical methods don't just passively analyze our food, they give us the active power to engineer a more nutritious global food system. If we can measure health down to the very molecule, how will that change the future of the way we farm, process, and eat? It's definitely something to think about the next time you see a bright red tomato. I'm Dr. Chem. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep questioning the science behind your food.